James.
What's that?
What's your nickname for him?
Hey.
Major Cain.
Major Cain, yes, yes.
Big Pete.
Major Cain.
This ain't working.
So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce the father of the bride, Mr. Pete Cain. Woo!
Hold on, Pete. Hold on.
It's alright.
That covers the.
The adrenaline will die.
Here we go. Go.
Are we going?
Yeah.
What are we doing then?
What's going on here?
Right. I'm no good at speeches. I'll say that to start with. But
Pull the other one, Pete.
are we ready?
Yes!
Are we ready?
Yes!
Yes! We're ready.
First and foremost, may I honour myself say good evening to one and all. A very humble welcome to friends and family. And a very big thank you from our hearts to all of you for taking the time out of your lives to share in the experience of Elizabeth and Greg's wedding celebration at this exotic location. Bringing the unification of Karen and her family, that's Greg's mum of course, with our own, and we welcome them with open arms. I have to congratulate upon my wife and Karen, Greg's mum, both for looking absolutely stunning. I think that it goes without saying, and all will agree, the bride, along with both bridesmaids, are in a class of their own. Exceptional.
Yeah.
I trust that all of your personal travel itineraries have gone to plan, as I know that each and every one of you have travelled from all locations and directions of the compass. Lots of you have exciting things to look forward to, or so far have unforgettable experiences, like our own, of your trip on this momentous journey of Liz and Greg's celebration of marriage. And after 32 hours flying, I can tell you it was momentous. I said at my youngest daughter Sarah's wedding to James that any father will tell you what a privilege it is for his daughter to ask him to walk her down the aisle, to give her hand in marriage. I feel very fortuitous to have now been given that honour twice in my lifetime. Two moments of happiness that I've seen on their faces, and that look of happiness I will cherish as they are frozen in my memory forever, along with the memory of the happiness on their mother's face, the day that I married her, 41 years ago, this month.
You old dog, Pete. You still got it, kid. You still got it.
I know that I am only the warm-up act for the star speakers, Ben and Greg. You could say, Greg,
No pressure.
you could say, like Bradley Walsh, only 3 for 10. And I don't want to freeze Greg out, but Len would have given me a 10. And that my agreement with Ben was for a low mileage and short-term lease speech, non-corporate, to Greg's disappointment. And I don't get fleet discount either. But I'm up, and as Sinatra once said, I will do it my way. To my knowledge, it is not an inappropriate time to talk. As for once, sport and other things are not a priority. The bride and the groom and the proceedings are. And as the old saying goes, spare the cane, spoil the child. I know that both Liz and Greg are very disappointed that some family and friends on both family sides were unable to make the trip, but are amazed that they have had such a large and wonderful, committed, happy circle of close family and friends with them to part in sharing their happiness.
Whoa! Yep.
Thanks, guys.
I also know that if Greg's late father Kenneth had been here today, and I'm sure that in some part he is, his son has made him a very happy and proud father, with his outstanding achievements in his personal and professional paths of life. And I trust he gives his full agreement and blessing of his son's choice of wife, our beautiful daughter, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
The job of talking about Greg, fortunately, is down to Ben, his best friend and man. But I do wonder if Ben knows who Greg's original best friend was. Freddie Freckle? who,
Nothing to do with me.
who deeply upset Greg as he thought that Freddie spent more time speaking to his brother Scott
Ready, Freckle!
than Greg liked.
Oh, here we go.
And it took a couple of years for Scott to convince Greg that the pressure on his knee, Freddie, could not speak. But I have to say that when the news broke that Liz had met Greg and that they were an item, Von and myself were in Goa on holiday, and this came along with the news of Liz passing her exam. So the fact that he liked all the women and Liz was cradle snatching was a little lost on us at the time, as he was an unknown item to us, except for the fact that he was part of the Bromsgrove crowd. That in itself was not a worry, knowing that crew. We got to know Greg, and it became very obvious that Liz and Greg were a long-term item. Two accountants, as I put it. How exciting is that? Boring barbecue, grey days, spending all night discussing Excel spreadsheets instead of being between them, and how best to be careful with personal expenditure and frugal with money.
I didn't hear it.
I
think she's had a pants down, kid. It was how tight you are, basically. Yeah.
Money,
Almost Jewish.
money that as a young lad, Greg put in his crocodile purse.
Oh, right.
Crocodile purse, Greg?
Crocodile purse, you are kidding.
And
Sometimes
slept
you'd be
with
stuck
it
in
round
here.
his neck in case it got stolen from him. Nothing changes, I understand.
Well, he's got me now. There's no crocodile first.
Although-
tell you about this one. You've got to watch this one here.
Although, I do understand that at a very early stage, aged at about 7, he had his first lesson in exchange rates from his big brother, thinking that swapping one dirty note for 5 shiny coins was a good idea and a good trade. Yes, one £20 note for 5 10p coins. What are big brothers for?
You'll never do it again.
Then, one day, he walks in our home and takes his coat off. Turning round, he was wearing one of Lizzie's blouses. As we all looked at each other exasperated, he proclaimed that he looked better in a blouse than Liz, pushing up his boobs. Yes, a dark side of Greg that was unknown to us.
We've seen it
Not
already.
the great audit manager once thought.
We saw it in Chuang.
You did see it, you went.
Back to his nail polish days, one suspects. The days when Shona, his older sister and her friends, used to treat him as their doll, covering him in makeup and nail polish, making him look pretty. And there was me thinking he was a Ken, not a Barbie. The two of them have lived and worked busy lives, following both professional career paths and sports interests, and have achieved many highs in both, including, I believe, that Greg is good at cricket and can bowl a pretty mean apple, freshly picked through not one, but 3 greenhouse windows, smashing them whilst on a visit with his parents in a work colleague's garden. Anyone who knows Greg will agree his phone is his twin, never apart or separated,
Who's got my phone? You got my phone.
just as horses are with Liz. Greg cannot get Liz to a West Bromwich football match, just as Liz cannot get Greg to ride. they do say opposites attract. Liz can breed and train horses to a very high standard, teach them dressage moves to music like walk, trot, canter and gallop, and also teach people how to ride. But thus far has not managed to teach Greg how to get past walk, or to cut the lawns when they need cutting, and to trim the flower bed edges,
He's good at mucking out though, isn't he?
and to get him yet to read and understand the DIY book, let alone put the waste bins back from the curb after the collection day. But I do understand that his ironing, stir fries and clothes washing are something to die for.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm the bride's father, not the best man, so I will leave the rest of the praise to Ben. Although I do understand that on Ben checking up that Greg was alright in bed on the stag night, Greg having had one too many, he was found to be rambling on and talking in his sleep. Yes, not about his bride Lizzie, but was talking in his sleep about stock taking. How exciting is that?
Really?
And yes, I am supposed to embarrass the bride, but not today though, I hope.
No.
There's no light left me to see much.
When Greg asked me for her hand in marriage, my only thought was, why is it taking you so long? Has there been a sudden incentive from the tax office for marriage couples? And anyone who knows Liz also knows that her middle name is Perfection. She once told me that I taught her and Sarah that anything was achievable, and wait until you can have the best of what you want, not settle for anything less. So here we are today.
Gregor and Jane.
Her teacher,
You've pair have done alright, yeah. You pair have done alright.
her teacher in the first school told us that she preferred to gaze out of the window than concentrate to learn in class. So we called her our little Miss Dolly Daydream. How wrong that teacher was. Liz worked non-stop throughout her educational life and proved with her degree, first in the Cain family, that this is no dumb blonde. It was written in the stars that Liz and Greg would meet. The year she was born, Only Fools and Horses was the first broadcast, the best family comedy series ever. But more importantly, it was the same year that the first mobile phone network came to North Europe. She was born under the Aquarius sign, the water bearer. And yes, the first house they bought had a water leak from a pipe, and the ceilings collapsed, causing extensive damage. Timekeeping, just like Greg's dress sense, is not her strongest point. And no doubt,
Yeah, but his tops.
Bit low in it, bit low, bit of a low blow.
I'm best man.
and no doubt the majority of family and friends will agree, but her sense of humour, commitment to detail, emotional support and professionalism is second to none, along with her stubbornness and forthright manner.
Woo!
A Cain trait, I'm
I'm a
afraid.
woman!
Give me roar!
I hope so.
She also once asked me if I thought she was boring, as she had chosen a car for passing her university degree, and Sarah had chosen a round the world air ticket. Each, as I said, has its own personal excitement, and no two people like the same experiences. The truth of life. I am confident that not only have we gained a son, but Karen has gained an affectionate daughter, a best friend, a sister, and a wise confidant when a sympathetic ear is needed. When you see Liz and Greg either put their arm around a human being or animal, you can see the sense of humanity and understanding between them, with no humility. That is the privilege and the gift blessed to only a few people. Liz and Greg are two of those people. I have to thank several people. Yvonne for giving us such a beautiful daughter to start with. That's the Cain side. Sarah, her youngest sister, for a patience and understanding that is needed when any older sister and for advice when I am frustrated. And she says, "That's just Liz, Dad."
How's the water on the oil? Left foot together. Right foot together.
Karen for helping her to learn that there is no such word as "I have had enough Prosecco," and given her a broader view on life and its political attributes as we know them. Then there is Alan, an exceptional chef, who when he and Karen hold dinner parties, has to tailor his extensive exotic menus along with their timing. Liz is always late. And he has to cook a single simple dish for Lizzie, just to her exacting taste, even though she does not mean simple. He has also had the pleasure of discussing snagging lists when he has carried out work for them on their house or flat, and when she has project managed the job. Trying his patience, no doubt, I'm sure. Her middle name is Perfection, don't forget. And for digging out her dirty car, both inside and out, to clean it, as she has never an hour to spare, too busy helping everybody else with their problems. Then there is, of course, James, my son-in-law, for providing the music playlist choice for the after-wedding party.
Tonight? Yeah, you ain't putting that on me, Pete. You ain't not putting that one on me, kid. No
Upon
way.
hearing that a modern youthful mode was required, he immediately offered his services to copy the playlist and give us a good choice.
It was rejected.
And thanks goes out to Young, our Toastmaster, excellent and professional. And of course Ben, for being Greg's best man.
Yep.
But more importantly to Greg, for taking it off our hands.
That's a good call, Andrew.
No doubt all of you have your own stories to tell about Liz and Greg, but I will leave mine there. Fires at local museums and underage vodka drinking can be kept for another day. Hey, Greg? When Liz and myself was casually chatting about the wedding music for their first dance, lots of music was discussed, and as she said, it would be alright if we were just dancing like we do, around Karen's garden fountain, drunk at 3 in the morning. But Dad, just me and Greg in front of everybody? I'm worried Greg will be embarrassed. He cannot dance. He has no natural rhythm.
He was dancing the other night.
We're gonna use mum.
As a fellow left-handed person, I know that some things are not as natural as they are to right-handed people, i.e. sawing wood, peeling potatoes, using a can opener, let alone body popping. Although Greg is ambidextrous with his phone. With this in mind and a dance needed, it did beg me to ask Lizzie the question, what exactly is Greg good at? Meaning his dance steps, of course. Her reply was, Dad, he looks after me, he loves me, and he supports me. Every parent hopes and prays that their offspring will meet someone that is good enough and worthy enough for them to marry. I could say, never mind Liz and Greg, you could have both kept looking. But for myself, no, just like you, Karen, they both did save the very best till last. We all say making lives together is what it's all about. Two as one. They were made for each other, better or worse. It's a partnership. What's yours is mine, and all of those types of phrases. I personally think that we are all just the frame. The frame that holds the picture. The picture that the ceremony that we have just held witness to is only the first brushstroke of a masterpiece in the making. A masterpiece that will stand the test of time and be gazed upon and admired by all. Nothing else to be said, eh?
Nope.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, may it long continue. And now, I ask you all to charge your glasses and be upstanding to toast the bride and groom, Elizabeth and Gregor.
Bride and groom.
Cheers!
Well done, Dad.
Well, Pete. Is there more or not? Is that it? Get it off him.
Let's give a quick round of applause for Pete.
Woo!
Good job.
Greg, where's your paper?
So next we've got the man of the moment who's got to follow in those footsteps. You ready, Greg? Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for Mr. Greg Barr.
Top Gregor.
Come on, Greg. Come on, Greg.
Did you see the dog?
Page and a half, guys, page and a half.
Page and a quarter.
Make it count.
Pete, thanks. When I said...
Is that it?
Oh, Greg, have you picked up Pete's litter?
Is that off?
I'm sure there's a fine for that. You got
There's a fine.
There's gotta be a fine.
Definitely a fine.
Yeah.
Definitely a fine for litter.
Right. When I said to Pete there was 45 minutes for the speeches, I did mean the three of us.
Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, thank you very much for that. I knew it was going to be a good one. Obviously, being at Sarah's wedding myself, you did a great speech there, and you've done it again now. So, in one way, thank you, in another way, you bugger. You've pretty much.
Clock us out first, Greg.
22 minutes.
You've set me and Ben up here. Right. Okay. First of all, on behalf of my wife and I. We'd like to thank every one of you for being here today, for sharing our special day. What an amazing place for us to start the celebrations. Hope you all agree. We both hope you've enjoyed the day so far, and we both hope you're all looking forward to the rest of the celebrations this evening.
Yeah.
Both here and back at Hacienda. I'll start with Peter and Yvonne. I would personally like to thank you both so much for everything you've done and for welcoming me so openly into the Cain family.
And the fridge.
And the fridge. That's part of the Cain family. Actually, any family has to give me access to the fridge. You've always made me feel welcome and included in your family itself and any activities, and that's the wider Cain family as well, including the Australians over here now. I've always been part of that, and I appreciate that, and I thank you all for that, especially Peter and Yvonne. To be included in the Cain family, you have to pass a few challenges. Yeah, nothing like being thrown off. Right. To be included in the Cain family, you have to pass a few challenges, and I'm sure James can mention this.
What are they?
Sarah will certainly know.
The chimney challenge.
So, your challenges can be anything from helping to light a fire at a barbecue, carrying a heavy toolbox up a set of stairs, or maybe knocking in a fence post or two. I'm just glad that I must have at least passed to some level, as you've allowed me to marry your daughter today.
Only you got her off of my hands.
Yeah. Where's the cake?
I will always do my best to live up to your expectations and promise to take care of Elizabeth. And of course do everything that she tells me to do. Now I'm not saying she's bossy, but every one of us here knows our place.
No, not Elizabeth.
You're doing right, then I don't need to say anything.
Even at the pre-wedding drinks down in the restaurant earlier, poor Angela came up to me with a scrap of paper. Greg, at 3:45 you must do this. 12 you must do this. 4 you must do this.
You know why now.
Yeah, okay.
Greg, don't hold back.
I'm not, don't worry. The rest is just slating Liz.
I can't do anything now.
Pete and Yvonne, I would like to thank you both for bringing up Elizabeth to be the woman that she is, the woman that I love, and is now my wife. Mum, I also want to say thank you to you. My mum has given everything to set up my brother, Scott, who you all saw on the video earlier, my sister and her daughter Isabella, my mother's first grandchild, and I personally for our life. From being my #1 fan to working nights to pay for our family holiday to Florida as children, my mum has always wanted the best for me and my brothers and sisters, and will not be shy in telling any of you how amazing I am.
Karen.
Mum, I would also like to thank you for welcoming Liz into our family and the continuing support you have provided to us as a couple. We always have a great laugh with the time we spend with yourself and Alan with a bottle of wine or 10. Mum, do not worry, I will still come round to your house, look in your fridge
Thanks, Greg.
and see what food there is for me. And also, your weekly cleaning job is secured for life. It's fair to say that both my wife and I have amazing mothers. So please everyone join me in raising your glasses to our amazing mums. We would both like to say thank you also to our 2 bridesmaids, who, as Pete said earlier, look absolutely fantastic. He said a different class, he didn't say what class. I'm assuming he meant an upper class.
Chuan class. Greg, Chuan class, kid.
Greg, I've got some shit on you, don't you worry.
No. So our 2 bridesmaids, Angela, who has been a great friend to Liz over the years, and also I've enjoyed a great night out or 2 over the years as well, herself and Donald. And then Sarah, my new sister-in-law. Who not only is a great sister of Liz, but has been a long-term friend of mine through school, including Ben and Kyung, who you've obviously met today, and Ben you'll get to know a little bit more when he does his amazing speech.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. He's still doing it now. Oh, I'm just stealing some jokes of yours, Greg. It's a race.
Everyone, again, please raise your glasses to Sarah and Angela. Elizabeth and I have a few personal thank yous that we want to say at this moment. We obviously thank every one of you for being here today, and we've both said that, and Pete said that as well. However, there's a few people that deserve a special mention for their contributions and gifts. Uncle Don and Auntie Sue, who, as you may know, were on the other end of the Skype call earlier. We thank you both for your contribution to both the celebrations and the ceremony that have been a huge part of today. Liz's Uncle Richard and Pete and Yvonne, we would both like to thank you for your amazing dress that Liz is wearing today. I hope you all agree it is absolutely stunning.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
My mother, a fantastic food that we will be enjoying in about an hour or 2 back at Hacienda. That is thanks to you, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaz.
Everyone collectively, both before the event, conversations over the last year, helps to link to websites, looking into things. Every one of you that's been here today, whether it's been helping iron shirts or just find a restaurant or anything, we give a huge thank you. And then also the team here at Napasai, who are not shy in topping up our glasses. And Esther, obviously Liz and I only met you a few days ago, and what a fantastic job you guys have done, so we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
And Joy.
And Joy.
And
anyone else. I had the pleasure to meet.
Yeah.
So can we just do one collective toast to everyone that has helped us to get
Yep.
here?
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you, man.
Where's his wine? He's running low.
Someone once told me if you compliment the event hosts, then they might give you some discount. So
Yeah, that's it.
worth trying, eh? That was ad lib. That was ad lib, guys. Yeah. There are also many family and friends that could not be with us here today for many a reason. I would like to raise the toast to absent family and friends.
Absent friends.
Right then, on to my new wife. Wife.
Make it perfect. Make it count.
I didn't really get a chance to write anything there, so I'll just kind of make it up. Right. Where did it?
Come on, go. Pick it up a little bit.
Where did it all begin?
Yeah, exactly.
Us as a couple. Yes. Us as a couple met at Poppy Reds in the Arcadian in Birmingham. We were out for Sarah's birthday. Yeah, that wasn't our first meeting of on.
That wasn't the first meeting, Mother.
I'm not that smooth. So yes, we met at Poppy Reds in the Arcadian in Birmingham, and we were out for Sarah's birthday.
You didn't say that on our own night, did it?
No, the question wasn't where did we first meet, Angela.
Oh no, please. Explain. What does that mean, Greg?
It wasn't that question either.
You're in the
Anyway,
bins.
let's move on. What was my motivation for going to talk to Liz? Well, linked to what Pete was saying, Sarah came over to me and said, Greg, you've just started at KPMG as an accountant. Did you know my older sister Liz has just passed? I heard recently that if I bring in qualified accountants to KPMG, I get a recruitment fee. Cha-ching!
Love it. Absolutely love it.
How would you like to join?
Cash is king, kid.
£1,000. And we thought the stars aligned.
Yeah, I saw an opportunity to make some money, so I moved straight over to Liz.
Definitely, yeah. As you would.
However, from the moment we started talking, I don't think we stopped for the entire night. Liz actually had friends. Liz had friends up from down south, old uni friends, and she basically did not talk to them for the duration of the entire night, even though they'd come up just for that one night
Why
out.
is that, Greg?
Because you were so interesting.
Yeah. I was motivated, kid. I had dollar signs in my eyes.
I bet you did. I bet you did, Greg.
I'm joking. Anyway, from there, we've been together 9 years. Although recently, it took us some considerable time to work out how many years it actually had been. And we really had to ask many people to work out if it was 8 or 9. Either way, the point is we've been together many years. And I think we both certainly know that we're right for each other. And that brings us to here today.
Oh, yeah. Andrew.
It took me about, at least 3 years to actually ask the question from the point that I wanted to ask. I actually bought a locket to propose to Liz. We once had a conversation about if a time came, it would be nice to buy a ring together. Therefore, I thought I would do it with a different gesture, and it was a locket. I bought the locket and carried it with me for 3 years, including to Malaysia, Thailand, yeah, Kuala Lumpur. I had it on me when we stayed at your house. Please.
One more wine. Joy, we need a top off. She's about to drop. We need a top off for Karen. We need a top off for Karen. Joy, get over here, Joy.
I even carried that locket to Thailand once with the intention of asking. The reason I didn't do it was because each time I knew I was tasked with asking Pete and Yvonne for permission to ask Elizabeth. And every single time I thought to myself, I will do it the day before we fly out, and every single time I bottled it. Hence the fact, I waited for James to do it first and then thought the pressure's off, it'll be easy. I'll wait till Pete's a bit drunk, then ask him. To the extent of, I don't even think he thinks I ever have asked him, but I did at Sarah James's wedding.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Hey, cheapskate. I didn't remember. Cheapskate. Double whammy. Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
I think we need some fee for that, don't we?
Right. Does anyone else need a quick top up? I'm nearly done.
Top Karen off, Christ's sake. She drops again. Oh, yeah, your heels. Yeah.
Right, on to Elizabeth again, but this time from me to you. You look absolutely beautiful today, as I knew you would.
Lovely, 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 Greg, lovely.
Today is just a perfect example of why I love you. There is no limit to the effort and hard work that you will give to make something or someone feel special.
Yeah.
You have always said the thought means far more than the gift itself. You have given everything for us all to be here today, enjoying the day so far, and many more special moments still to come. Your passion, determination and love are just some of the amazing things that I love you for. You can achieve anything when you really want it. You even landed a stallion like me.
Oh, stallion! Stallion, Greg, you still got it! You still got it, Eddie! Hey, Greg, I see it. Awesome, beautiful. Stallion my arse.
Let me just go on a little bit more about the amount of effort and hard work.
Stallion. I love it, stallion.
That is for after a few more beers later. Guys, like even to the cards you received today, breaking down today, Liz, Ben and I were actually sat in the reception yesterday. That's why we were quite late to get back for dinner last night, making those invites. Okay. I'll show you all later, but Liz also was it yesterday? No. Okay. Liz got my tie from Ben that I was going to wear today, and she has sewn into it, "I heart you."
Oh, so sweet. Because you're a stallion. Stallion!
Soppy, isn't it?
It's soppy. It's really hard.
My point is...
Oh, was that your mum that done that? Liz, was acoustic. That was your mum, wasn't it? That's great. Pete, where's yours? Pete, where's yours? I ain't got one. I ain't got one of you. Shit, I don't believe that. You can have mine back.
I couldn't do anymore.
Guys, let me also tell you that the last 4 or 5 nights before we all flew out here...
Was it the bloody video?
Well, I didn't know you were doing that, but Liz was up until 3 or 4 a.m. every single night stroke morning. By about midnight, I used to say, right, I've had enough, the wedding's away, I'm going to bed. And Liz would carry on until 4 in the morning. Like, the amount of effort and hard work you put into this is just kind of amazing. And I personally absolutely love you for it. And I'm
well
sure
done, Liz.
does as well.
Yeah!
Elizabeth, I'm proud to stand here today as your husband and to be able to call you my wife. Please all be upstanding to toast the new Miss Elizabeth Barr.
Well, Liz, well, Greg. Proper kiss, tongues and all that.
I can't.
Finally, I would like to thank my best man.
5 minutes there.
Who's at the bar?
Who's at the bar?
Dutch Courage, is it, Ben?
Yeah, no, it's not for me, it's for James. For James.
Ben has been my best friend for many years, and we've enjoyed many an adventure together, including our first ever trip to Thailand.
Yeah.
And your recce. Don't want to know.
What about the recce? Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, Ben and I actually managed to blag a trip to Thailand, what, 18 months ago, 2 years ago?
A toast to me and Carly.
To look at venues for the wedding. Funny enough, we didn't actually ever visit any of the venues or places we've done this trip.
But you went where Uncle Stephen went.
Yeah, that's another story. Yeah.
We got loads of time, Greg.
Ben is the king of hospitality. That is why I love you, Ben.
Thank you.
I'm joking.
You in?
No, I do love him because of that, but I love him for other reasons as well. He's got a hell of a back rub. He also enjoys a vodka too. Ben, what are you drinking now?
Vodka lemonade.
Yeah, there you go. His only issue is that after he's had a few drinks, he has a tendency to make things up that he genuinely believes are true.
This is your liar.
If he tries to tell you any stories, I don't know, in the next 10 minutes or maybe even tonight, just pretend to believe him, nod, smile, humour him. And on that note, we thank you all again, and I hand you over to Ben, the best man.
17 years.
Who's going to read off an iPad?
Yeah, well, I've got it, but I can't see my paper.
Have you got any light?
You don't know with an iPad.
One, two, 1, 2. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
MC.
Right, can you see me as well? Because we're
You got your MC?
Where's the beatbox? Where's the beatbox?
1, 2, 1, 2.
It's a bit late now, isn't it? John, you're meant to introduce me. But you can't. You got to introduce me because I'm going to come on after you introduce me. No, I'm going to come on in style. Come on. I'm going to walk on in style.
Tactics.
Who's a beat then, James?
Hold on.
I need a microphone to do that shit.
We haven't got your mic, got a mic. James, you got your mic.
Let's just carry on. Let's just carry on.
Okay, for the second time this evening, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
James.
No, we don't need to just carry on.
No, good on. James.
James, you let me side down. No, I'm waiting. My adrenaline's going now.
Greg, what about you?
My adrenaline's going. I'm losing it. There we go. Go on, James.
What's up, beat you want? I can't rap, so do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen!
It's turned off.
Knuckles Barr!
That's it, it's on.
Nice, gone.
James.
One round of applause for Mr. Ben Faulkner, the best man!
Okay. Right. Okay. 1, 2. Is that me?
What is it?
Okay, so I'm going to read from my script here. So,
Right. Firstly, I want to say it's an honour to be asked to be best man for this man. I'm getting emotional.
You're alright, don't worry.
Getting drunk,
Listen, it all happens, whatever, but the tears, the girls love the tears more than the slurry, so it's alright, don't it? Right. He's the bestest friend anyone could wish for.
Oh,
And if you listen to Karen, he's also the bestest son a woman could wish for. So Pete and Yvonne, you're very lucky to have him in your family. I would agree 80%, but not 100%. He isn't perfect, okay?
It costs me money.
It'll cost you a lot more money
Yeah,
to come, Pete, I'll tell you that much for nothing. What can I say about Greg? He's stubborn.
No.
He's spoiled as hell by Karen. As I'm sure that everybody knows. He's opinionated.
No.
And he's a bean counter.
No.
But that said, for all his faults, he does have some positives. Jump in, anybody that's got a positive for Greg here, right?
Ain't got any.
Really awesome.
Ain't got any.
Just, well, to be fair, if you ask his ex-girlfriends, no, actually, they're one night stands, so maybe he hasn't got any positives, right? Maybe he hasn't got any at all, I'm not quite sure. Mate's got a landscape now, right. I've known Greg for over 20 years now, from when we were chubby, or most would say fat 11-year-olds. I would say chubby puppy fat was what we would say, wouldn't it? We'd grow out of it, wouldn't we? Yeah, we were just chubby. To present day, successful, handsome, slim 32-year-olds. Would you agree? Yeah. Would everyone agree? Yeah. Would everyone agree? Yeah. There we go. That's good. This is my third trip to Thailand with Greg, and I finally managed to get him married off. Not to a lady boy like he originally aimed for in Phuket a few years ago, but to his beautiful wife Liz, who we all obviously say looks amazing. Raise a glass, blah, 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 all that, you know. We've done it hundreds of times, you know.
Oh, the weight I've lost, Ben.
Keep it going, Ben.
Amazing. Those of you who know us, that me and no. No. Right, those of you who know us, but travelling is something that Greg and I have done together throughout the last 21 years. We've been on holiday together for years. Tenerife with my parents, Disneyland with Karen. That was good. And this is and Disneyland was when Greg fell deeply in love with a girl from Yorkshire, who then came to stay at my mum and dad's house with us for a weekend. Thinking that we were 18 when we were really 16. So I don't know how we got away with that one, but we did.
Respect.
Do you remember that one, Greg? Was it Debbie? Do you remember that one?
Minnie Mouse.
Actually,
Greg remembers that one. So, to travelling around the world with Waddy and Crossy, and that was really when we started to... Melton Moby, and she was a bit porky back then. And Greg was a bit porky back then as well, so there we go. Some of my first memories of Greg were from middle school days. from when he was at my parents' house, we used to shoot each other with air pistols, to shooting each other with bow and arrows, if I remember rightly, and he cried and ran off. But I gave him a chocolate bar, and we were best of friends again after a short while. To me, sleeping on Greg's floor. Karen has an obsession with cleaning, and it really is an obsession with cleaning. And this really did test our relationship. Karen is the only woman I know to vacuum at 3 a.m. And not only that, on many occasions, when I was sleeping on Greg's floor at the end of his bed, she actually tried to vacuum up my head. Now, like I say, I come from a country, but I'm not that dirty. But she obviously thought I was that dirty because she tried to vacuum me up several times, while Greg just slept through the whole thing. Karen's obsession with cleaning stretched to her looking after her number one child, as I call him, from ironing his pants to cleaning his car to sorting his insurance out to doing this to doing that, all of which she did with a smile for some unknown reason. So Liz, you know, you've got a lot to live up for, because at the end of the day, if his pants aren't ironed, he ain't going to be happy with it, because his wires need to be ironed, okay?
That's why she comes around.
That's why I come every Friday and clean.
Does he pay you for it? Does he pay you?
Pays me. Yeah, he
Not
does.
enough. Not enough to
Obviously
iron
not
his
enough.
little panties.
He
so.
don't.
I need to up the rate.
Greg is the only person I know to have had 3 stag do's. Now that's serious, because he has actually had 3 stag do's for this wedding. But first of all, the first was in sunny Minehead, Butlins. Wasn't my idea, but it was someone's idea. And we went as wrestlers. Many of you know, maybe not me, but me and Greg used to love wrestling when we were younger, and we used to watch it on all the time. We were quite podgy back then. Basically, we just used to dress up in women's knickers and dance around the house, slapping each other and making each other laugh. But I won't go into that one, to be honest with you.
The kinky.
The second stag do in Bangkok, well, let's just say the quicker we leave this country, the better, because I believe there's a warrant on Greg's head for something that he did in Bangkok. Well, you left us, didn't you? Quite early. Yeah. So if any of you have seen the film The Hangover, that's pretty tame to what James and Donald took us to in Bangkok. That's all I'm saying. A 7 o'clock finish was pretty intense for us, to be fair. The last stag do in Koh Samui in Chireng Beach. Now that was where we had a whole wedding party, apart from Hyungi, who's seen the pictures, so he feels like he was there. Pete and Alan were taken aback by the Ladyboy show, but I know they enjoyed it, really, to be fair.
I know Pete enjoyed it.
The smile on Pete's face when well, I'm not going to say anything else. Let's just say she had very large hands and Pete enjoyed it. The most memorable part of the night for me was something out of a Crocodile Dundee film. Myself and Greg went to the toilet, as we do. We were standing at the urinals together talking, as men do again, and one of the showgirls actually came in, hooked up its mini skirt next to Greg, looked down at him, and actually said, "You call that a penis?" And Greg just turned bright red and walked out the door, and there was no excuse for that, because it wasn't cold, and it was pretty warm, so really he should have had a half decent sized penis at that night of the time, but he didn't. And David Davina, as you know him, the one with the big boobs, Adam's apple, and the rather large hands. Remember that one?
I know her.
She wants you to know when will you go back and finish the job you started, because he's waiting in Chireng Beach for you, and she just that's it basically. At this point, I do have a few messages from back home which I would like to read out. So just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so first of all, to Greg and Liz, we hope you have an amazing day and experience out in Thailand. We are sorry we cannot be with you, but we know you have the closest family and friends with you, and we will ensure you have a great time. We can't wait to see you and hear all about it when you're back. Love, Tils, Rach, Mia, and Kira. Okay? Next, to Greg. I hope you're having a good time. Boing boing. See you at West Brom. If Liz lets you, love Liz. Love Reese. Liz will not let you go against the football.
No, I don't.
Forget about the baggies.
The next one, this is a long one. You probably guess who this is from in a minute. Firstly, I would like to say a massive congratulations to the happy couple. I'm sure you're having an amazing day in a stunning location with a gorgeous bride. That's not me, that anyways.
I am just sorry I am not there to share it with you, but I certainly bear in spirit, preferably after a bucket or two. Greg, you were a top bloke and have been one of my closest buddies since the day I arrived in Bromsgrove. When you and Ben said I looked like a tranny. You know who it is, don't you? You know who it is,
It's got to be Ruda.
We have shared some great times over the years, including university, holidays, travels and footy days. Never want to shy away from a piss-up or a free corporate whoring, we all know he likes. I can always rely on you to be there at the end of the night, just about stood up. I am pleased to be part of the original adventure to Thailand with you, me and Ben. What a holiday that was. Opened our eyes to the delights of Asia. And I'm sure that is why we all have a fond relationship with Thailand. It's great that this is where you and Liz are going to Thailand now. A couple of things I would mention that need no explanation. This will only mean something to Greg, I think. Pigram and Georges. Does that mean anything to you? It means nothing to me. Right, thankfully, things have moved on and upwards since then, so I'm not quite sure what it was. Good luck to both you and Liz. I know you'll have a wonderful day and an amazing marriage. As a married man myself and also facing a similar struggle, a bit of advice.
So Ruda.
Let me remind you that you do stand a pair of balls attached to your nose, however so small, as the lady boy says. Don't let the Mrs. Barr hold them in her handbag for the rest of eternity. Lots of love, Ruda. Pretty obvious, isn't it? Right, I'm on Siri now. Right. Okay, that leaves me to say, firstly, Liz and Greg would like to thank everyone for coming such a long way, and they really appreciate it. We know that some people aren't here, but you know, everyone's here who's here, and basically that's it. You know? I think you will agree with me that Liz looks beautiful today. Raise your glass. Says raise your glass. The bridesmaids look amazing too, and are coping well in the heat, and also look amazing. Liz, Angelo, right? Sarah and Liz, will you please? Sarah and Angelo, will you please stand up and raise your glasses? It's because of the pressure. I've got a stutter as well, so I've got pressure. I've got a disability, so you got to go with me now, really.
Breathe, Ben, breathe! That's sick, that is,
man. Right, okay, we're good. Right, Greg and I have been best friends for over 20 years, and I know we will be forever.
Oh.
However, now he has Liz, his soulmate, and also his best friend forever as well. So there's room for two now, Liz, me and you. Okay? Right.
Get that chin up, Ben.
My dad has always said that Greg's like a number 4 son. And Karen says that I'm like a number 3 son. So I presume this really makes us more like brothers, to be fair. And I think no one would disagree with that. He's my best friend, and always will be. And I wish Greg Liz and happy forever.
Johnny, do you want to go in? We'll go back 3 hours.
Benji, that's too much, son. That's too much.
That's the vodka.
So yeah, sorry to spoil the mood a little bit, but we've
Give
got
that
to finish
man a
up
drink.
and
To be fair, that was all planned. Right, let's go get drunk, guys.
Ben, he's more emotional this morning.
Whatever. Hey, Benji, that's a beautiful, like crocodile tears. I love that shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Ben, please. Yeah, as you can see, the sun has already set.
But a long time ago. We go now. Come on.
So it's time to finish your drinks, jump on the golf buggy, get on the bus home, and eat some food. So if you can finish up and start making your way down to the golf buggies, we will go and eat.
Bye, guys.
After 54 minutes.
Before you all depart, I think this